Hi, my name is Brittany, and today I'm going to show you how to make sauerkraut. Sauerkraut's a fermented product, which may seem intimidating, but it's actually really easy. All you need is 2 pounds of cabbage, a tablespoon of salt, and some water and a container. We're going to use a quart mason jar for this demonstration, but you can use pretty much any container that you want. It's important to note that the salt needs to be uniodized because the iodine will kill the bacteria that we want to utilize during the fermentation. So first, we're going to cut the cabbage in a way that you would cut coleslaw, so in thin strips. And when you're cutting, you want to have a good grip on the knife and curl your fingers under and keep your thumb back from the blade. So you want it to kind of come out like this. It could be a little thinner or thicker, however you want it. And then you're going to put it all in a medium-sized bowl, and I cut some already, so it's ready for you. And then after you cut it, you're going to add your salt, and you want to disperse it from higher up so it gets in there evenly. And then you want to massage the salt into the cabbage until it covers all of the shreds. And what the salt's going to do is it's going to activate lactofermentation, which is caused by lactobacillus, which is bacteria found on a lot of foods but in small amounts. And so the salt's going to feed this bacteria, and as it grows it produces lactic acid, which will kill harmful bacteria and also create that vinegary taste that you taste when you eat sauerkraut. And fermentation has been around for centuries. People use it as a way to preserve food, and it creates a lot of health benefits. First, it promotes the growth of good bacteria in your body, and that will prevent things like intestinal infections or intestinal ailments. And sauerkraut specifically is high in vitamin C. So after it's all mixed in, you want to take it and cover it for about 20 minutes or until the water has started to release from the cabbage. So you're going to take it and set it aside. And you want to cover it so no dirt or bacteria get in there. And then I already have some that's been sitting for a while. So it's going to look a lot wetter. It's going to be a little droopy. And then once it's set for 20 minutes, it's time to put it in our container. So again, we have a mason jar. And you're just going to spoon it in and make sure you pack it down really tight when you're doing it. You can use a spoon. And then after it's all in there, you're going to want to add enough water in the jar to cover it by about ½ inch. And the water is going to want to be boiled to get rid of any impurities or any bacteria that may spoil your finished product or make you sick. And then it has to be cooled back to room temperature in order to make sure it doesn't kill the lactobacillus that's naturally in the cabbage. So make sure it's packed in tight, and you want to leave about 1 inch or more of room at the top of the jar. And then pour our water in. We'll cover about ½ inch. And then wipe off the rim of your jar. And then screw the lid on, make sure it's not too tight so some air can escape while it's fermenting, and then you're going to store this on a counter or anywhere that's room temperature for about 2 to 5 days. And you want to put it on a pan or a plate that will catch any foam that may drip out from the fermentation. And then after it stops foaming, which will take a day to a week, you can add more water if needed, and then you can store it in a cellar or the fridge, and it'll last for about a year unopened and a month after it's been opened. And to get the full flavor, you want to barely cook it, or if you like it a little milder, you can cook it more, and then serve it with some hot dogs or sausage and enjoy.